So, Gary, can you tell us about yourself? I'm wanting you to highlight what happened in terms of you needing to intervene and get help.
Right, well, what had happened was I used to help people way back with addictions. And I didn't think I'd ever end up in this position myself. But what happened was, when all my children grew up, left the house and had their kids, I was left on my own with no hobbies, nothing, marriage breakup, different things at work, other stresses. Ended up, it crept up slowly, just disappearing with bottles of wine, disappearing on holiday and losing days. And I just got out of hand, totally out of hand. I was really needing help, and I was just on Facebook, and Oor Space had just started, and I went, "Oh, that's just below me. I'll go in there." Then came in here, met Susan, asked for help, and at the same time there was all these other organisations coming in, like Adapt, Phoenix Futures. Then I got connected with Phoenix Futures, did that recovery through nature, which is getting people out doing horticulture and meeting up with other people to keep them busy, to help the recovery. It was just incredible. There was a lot of people there who didn't know their proper identity. They always felt condemned. But when I got out speaking to people, they realised that, they weren't that person. And through working and getting encouraged and seeing who they really were and their self-worth, it's been so successful, and it's encouraged me. And I'm still going through stuff sometimes. I've got to watch myself. I think it's just amazing now that Oor Space is here, and we're getting Adapt and other organisations to come in and counsel people and get people connected again. So that was the biggest thing. Just a quick look on Facebook, saw Oor Space, and that's where I got proper help, because it was people you're meeting people with lived experience rather than just going for counselling.
Yeah, these organisations are amazing for helping people. As you say, not only does it take you away from the issues you have at home, but also having a sense of community. And I think, as you say, like, people really find it a new identity through that.
Yep. I do notice in these communities that it's a generational thing. It's self-condemnation that's the biggest problem. That if they're in recovery and they fall again, they just go back into it. But if they're in these groups, people around them encourage them and build them up and say, look, put the condemnation behind you and keep on going. And that way, they've got more a chance of getting out of it. And there's also rehabs they can get sent to. And there's been loads of successful people got sent to rehabs.
How long have you been using these organisations for?
I would say 2.5 years.
Out of all of them, what would you say has helped you the most?
Probably a recovery through nature, especially in lockdown. But the cafes are good out of lockdown, and just communicating with people and meeting up with other people. And it's just that the whole connection. I think we as humans need to connect with people, and, because a lot of people shut themselves off, or they just go in a community where everybody's addicted. And it's like when somebody goes to rehab, I've noticed there's a pattern there that they will not come back to the area, the ones that are really successful, because they won't mix with the same crowd. As I say, bad company corrupts character. It's not that they're not still your friends, but you've just got to look after yourself. And being in these communities with the cafes and recovery through nature, you're getting lived experience and experts as well to encourage you, to help you, to build you up. It's just amazing what's going on in the community now. It's all so much changed in recovery for addiction. And I realise that mental health is connected to addiction.
I really respect everything you said there. It's inspiring stuff. Well, thank you very much, Garry. Take care.
Right, thank you, Jamie.